Hey guys, this is Zero to my Kitsune, and today I got something a little bit different for you. Recently I discovered that my friend Tio Kono got into the gigantic beta, so I asked him his opinion and he was glad to give it. Also, he decided to give me some footage as well, seeing as I am not in the beta. So I thought I'd compile them together and hopefully y'all would enjoy the experience. So here's Tio Kono with his opinion on Gigantic. Okay, give me your review.
Alright, so, the reason this game gets my Groudon seal of approval is because it is a genuinely fun game. It has everything that it needs to be a good game. It's got diverse characters. None of the characters really feel the same because every character acts and attacks and feels different. It has like the Overwatch kind of thing going on with the left mouse button does something, right mouse button does something, right or Q and E do something different. But overall, it's a super solid game, and like movement's super fluent. There's a sprint button. There's like so many cool things. My favorite character is Amani, who's a sniper rifle with one eye. There's no voice acting though, so that's kind of a bad thing. That's like the one like true downside about it.
Wait, no voice acting for any of the characters?
Like the characters don't have voice acting, but like the thing you're protecting has voice acting, if that makes sense. So imagine if your Nexus had voice acting.
Okay.
So that has voice acting, but the characters do not.
The characters are all just silent. Do they at least have like hurt sound effects? Or
yeah, they have hurt sound effects. And
they just don't talk.
They just don't talk, yeah. They're sound protagonists.
Okay.
But it's super great. Like, everything feels so fluent. When you attack something, the hits actually feel like they matter. You get the, if you're like a sniper rifle or a shooter, you get the noise when you hit something, and you get like a number above it. The cell shading is beautiful, Chris. Like, it is, bar none, one of the best cell shaded games I've seen to date. Everything just feels good. You have these things called summons, and summons are like these things that you basically summon, and they help protect your main base and your source of energy, and you use that energy to make your boss monster approach the other boss monster. And when yours has more power, it attacks it, and it makes it vulnerable so that you can attack what is basically their Nexus to win the game. It's still in beta, so it has a pretty crude outro for when you lose or win. It kind of happens pretty abruptly. Like, you'll just be attacking something and all of a sudden defeat or victory, and it's like, oh, okay, neato, the game's over. And the games can go like from, I think my fastest game was 5 minutes. It goes from 5 minutes to my longest game being like 35 minutes. Of just non-stop people running in, jumping all over the place, action, and it is wonderful. Like, this game, I won't say it's the league killer, but it's definitely gonna get a lot more of my time.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it is a solid game from start to finish. And I was genuinely... another downside to it is the queues take like 8 or 9 minutes to get into, but sometimes they don't, sometimes they do, and
that'll get better once it gets out of beta.
Yeah,
and more people start playing it.
But as fans, I had a blast, like jumping around. My character Amani has a smoke screen which makes her and her other allies who are in the smoke screen when she throws it invisible. So we had a fight over fountain healing, and I just threw, and we were all getting jumped, and they were like, "No, get out of here, team!" I threw it out the smoke screen. I just watched my whole team disperse. It was like, oh, you niggas all left. And it was wonderful. Everyone looks super cool. There's an owl nigga who just runs in, does tons of damage, and I was like, what happened to me? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Super neato game. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Would recommend anyone to play. Because it's got me excited. I was looking, and it's not one of those games where I wanted Devin to show up or I wanted you to show up to play it. It was one of those games where I was like, God, I want to get into another game and get this salty run back. Yeah. Neato game. I'm definitely excited to see where this game ends up, because as it stands with its, I think it's 13 characters, it's neato. I got kind of upset at one point in time because I got hit with this one nigga who has one giant bulging magma arm, and I was sniping, and he just comes flying through the air and like throws me across the map, and I'm like, no, what? God, you little hoe bag. I'm trying to do my job. Yeah, I like it. And it has 3-week rotations, and it doesn't feel like a MOBA, even though it has like MOBA-esque like things going for it, but it doesn't feel like.
What is the primary game mode? How does that work if it's not a MOBA?
Well, the primary game mode is kill the other person's hero.
So the Nexus.
Yeah, basically.
So it is a MOBA.
It's basically a MOBA, but it doesn't feel like a MOBA, if you're getting what I'm saying. It doesn't feel, you know, like MOBAs traditionally have like mid lane, top lane, bot lane, and everybody has like their specified role and where they should or need to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like that. Like everyone's just going places, and if you're a sniper, there are high grounds, so you should try to find the high grounds, but you're just as good at like mid, or you're not really good at close range, so you don't want to really be at close range, but the maps are so large and diverse that you can really find somewhere that's like off in a nook, and you can be a sniper, but you show up when you shoot things like as a little red dot on the map so people know where you are. So it incentivizes you to find a spot, but it doesn't incentivize you to stay in that spot, if you're getting what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So there aren't lanes. When your hero gets hurt, it runs back to the beginning, and you have to like gather more energy by killing champions and finding gold reservoirs and killing the summons and all that. And then once a certain amount of time has gone by, the heroes clash. And what that means is you get sent to a more condensed battle area. And that's where you basically kind of spawn. Your spawn is in like a safe ship, so you never have to worry about getting spawn killed because you can't reach their spawn. So that's super nice. So you don't ever have to worry about people BMing you and like flying into your spawn. Yeah, so that's super nice. I like that. There are 3 different ways to approach once you spawn. You can either go, you know, to the bottom part of the map and like try to run from the bottom upwards, like in a sneaky route, or top where there's like less cover, but you can see more of the map, so it's like a snipery thing, or you can just run through the middle and hope that you don't die. So yeah. Neato game.
Okay.
Lots of different ways to approach it. I super enjoyed my time with it. I definitely plan on playing it some more. And you don't need friends to play it. You can just hop in, have a great time, spend 8 minutes doing it, and then hop on out feeling accomplished because you killed 4 people. Because killing people is so difficult to do.